You may have noticed things have been a little quiet around here lately. Usually, our downtimes are a hallmark of the oppressive nature of being a grown-up. Stupid real life. But lately, the silence has been symptomatic of something a little more worrying. The slim pickings in the VR gaming landscape so far in 2025. Outside of the admirable Ghost Town that released back in April, the VR landscape lately has been a, well, ghost town. Over the last few months, very few titles have tempted me to even don my beloved Escapo goggles, let alone inspired me to put in the time and effort required for a full review. So it was within that context that I begrudgingly loaded up VRacer Hoverbike last week, more out of boredom than any genuine interest, and so it was that I promptly had the digital ennui blown straight out the back of my head. This sleek, futuristic racer didn't just break the drought, it reminded me why I love VR in the first place. Buckle up, kids, because thanks to VRacer Hoverbike, I have the great joy to say something that I haven't said in a while. This game is fucking great. VRacer Hoverbike is a futuristic arcade-style racing game that wears its inspirations proudly on its sleek, neon-lit sleeves. Think of the classics: Wipeout, F-Zero, and even a splash of Mario Kart sprinkled in for good measure. Across more than 30 heart-pounding tracks and 5 distinct game modes, players will whip around gravity-defying loops, barrel through zero-G twists, and edge out rivals in intense, high-speed hoverbike duels. At its heart is a robust single-player campaign structured across 4 leagues, each bringing its own difficulty tiers, track styles, and gameplay twists. With loads of options and variety on offer, the single-player campaign and subsequent arcade options are enough to keep players racing for hours before ever needing to look at the multiplayer offer. But when you do get to that point, boy, oh boy, what a treat! While the multiplayer is undoubtedly where this game shines brightest, and more about that soon, do not mistake that for a knock against the solo campaign. This package would still be highly recommended, even if you never went online. The standout feature of VRacer Hoverbike is its brilliantly immersive control scheme. Players steer by leaning their torso left or right, mimicking the real-world motion of riding a high-speed motorcycle. It is deceptively simple, but allows for a surprising level of finesse. You can casually lean for mild curves or throw your full body into a tight hairpin and really feel the turn. The sensation is as intuitive as it is empowering. It is hard to overstate just how natural and engaging it feels to physically bank your body into corners and nail a sequence of turns with nothing but instinct and movement. If, however, that control system doesn't work for you, fear not. VRacer comes complete with a range of alternate steering options, from virtual handlebars to old-fashioned thumbsticks. While I can't imagine playing this game with any of the alternate control styles, just the range of options is a testament to the detail that the developers have put into making this a racing game that everyone can enjoy. Each track also offers a visual guide to show you the optimal racing lines, complete with indicators showing when to brake, which is fantastic to help new players master the controls. Once you're feeling a little bit more confident though, you can switch this off and just use instinct and muscle memory to guide you through the tracks at breakneck speed. It's a brilliant feature that makes learning the game fun and mastering it even better. Beyond just racing, VRacer Hoverbike delivers a veritable smorgasbord of well-executed game modes. Combat races bring in Mario Kart-style weapons, and it's here where things hit peak fun. There is nothing quite like nailing that last corner and landing a missile just before your rival crosses the finishing line. There is also a surprisingly enjoyable survival mode, which sees the last place rider in each lap eliminated in a tense, nail-biting race to be the last rider standing. Neon Runner challenges you to blast through an obstacle-laden track at breakneck speed, while Time Trials will have the perfectionists chasing the ghost of their best lap until they shave off those final fractions of a second. Layered atop all this is a rich progression system offering unlockable features, cosmetics, and customizations. From unlocking more powerful bikes to personalizing your gear, the progression system is an absolute cherry on the top of an already outstanding VR experience. Those of you familiar with the channel may remember that racing games are somewhat of an Achilles heel for me. Despite being able to backflip through Hellsweeper and barrel roll through Star Wars Squadrons, racing games have always floored me. That said, I'm pleased to say that VRacer Hoverbike has employed some level of technical wizardry and witchcraft so as to be the only racing game that I have ever played without feeling any VR nausea at all. That's right, none. Zip, zero, nada. While I cannot promise you that you will have the same outcome, I can say that whatever magic is happening under the hood here is a masterclass in providing a smooth racing experience. It's definitely not for beginners, but for those of you wondering if your VR legs will carry you through this one, I strongly advise that you give it a shot. Now, despite the solid solo campaign, multiplayer is where VRacer Hoverbike moves into high gear. Multiplayer is fast and smooth and so far refreshingly civil. In a VR racing landscape that is often empty or worse, toxic, VRacer feels like a community forming in real time. Races are tight, chat is helpful and friendly, and matches are filled with respectful adult players. No shrieking kids, no laggy chaos, just good-natured competition and well-earned victories. Just prior to writing this, I finished a race that I won by 0.3 of a second, thanks to a clutch missile and a perfect final corner. It was hands down the best moment I've had in months, and those exhilarating last few seconds really show off what VRacer has to offer when it's firing on all cylinders. Visually, VRacer Hoverbike hovers comfortably near the upper end of what the Quest hardware can achieve. The game may not hit the highs of some smaller scale titles, but what it does offer is blistering sense of speed, vibrant track design, and rock-solid performance. Tracks range from neon-drenched orbital circuits to dusty future deserts and slightly more familiar earthbound speedways. The visual theming is varied enough to keep things fresh, even if some of the tracks blend together at a glance. The overall design is clear and it's easy to understand what's happening around you, even when riding upside down through an explosion at full speed. Sound design is the one area where VRacer doesn't quite match its stellar performance elsewhere. Now, that is not to say that it's bad, far from it. The music is pulsing and atmospheric, the effects are clean and functional, and everything sounds how you'd expect. But compared to the kinetic excitement of the gameplay, the audio just lacks a bit of oomph. Bike engines don't quite roar as fiercely as I'd like, and the weapon effects could use just a little bit more punch. But honestly, even mentioning that feels nitpicky. It is such a minor quibble in an otherwise excellent package, but when everything else is so polished, the difference between good and great stands out just a little more. VRacer Hoverbike is, quite frankly, outstanding. It's fun, fast, polished, packed with content, and feels like a finished product from day one, an increasingly rare thing in modern VR. Whether you're in it for the campaign, the multiplayer, or just the pure physical joy of leaning into each high-speed turn like a futuristic street racer, this is a title that delivers across the board. I did not expect to get addicted to a VR racer in 2025, but here we are. Even if you don't consider yourself a racing fan, this one's worth a look. With intuitive and immersive controls, a huge amount of high-quality content, and a strong multiplayer offer, VRacer Hoverbike is an easy recommendation. 9. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we can keep you up to date with all the things that we feel are worth keeping you up to date about. And in the meantime, happy gaming!
The final frontier.
Have you tried the Tron one yet?
The which one?
Have you done Tron?
Tron? There's a
on
Tron
all-
one?
Yeah, there's you could do Tron on all the courses. It's unbelievably good. Yeah, Tron's good.
Wait, how do you activate that?
I'm not 100% sure because I've only ever been in the game when somebody's actually done it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Tron's amazing. If we can do a Tron, that'll really, especially if you're doing video. Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you do?
let's have Tron.
Must be in the settings. Options.
Come on, Glitch. Get Tron on. Get your Tron on.
Go to your options. Go to options on the right hand side. There we go, man. Wait to see this. Holy shit, this is good.
Oh boy, I'm excited. Oh, suddenly you're right.
Yep. It's all Tron.
Man,
Yeah, it's all Tron.
that is so cool.
You've not seen nothing yet, man. I'll tell you. Wait to see this.
That is so cool.